Coming to the mat to clear energy, to dissolve any of that sludge that builds up so that we can feel ourselves and express ourselves with clarity, and that the vehicle moves as fluidly as possible. So let's do that today, right now. We're going to use the wall, gathering any other equipment you might like to use, blocks, straps, and let's come and meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana with our heels lifted and pressing back against the wall. Spreading the fingers as widely as possible, turning the inner elbows forward, the shoulders broad, finding Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the heels back. Press the front thighs back. Make sure the femur bones are coming into the hip sockets. And then walking the feet forward. Feet the width of the mat, the toes turned in, the heels out, holding onto the elbows, hanging Uttanasana. Press firmly down into the feet, finding the heels, and as you press into the heels, lift the femur bones up into the hip sockets. Grip the quadricep muscles up. Lift from the inner knees all the way up to the inner groins. And then releasing the elbows, hands on the hips, elbows back, pressing into the heels, and coming up to standing. Utthita Trikonasana, outside edge of the left foot against the wall, right leg forward. Using the wall to keep presence in the back foot, presence in the back leg, and the weight of the pose moving to the wall. Grip the legs. Lift the chest, and exhale, reaching to the right. Keep pushing into the outside edge of that back foot continually as you come down, finding Utthita Trikonasana. Squeeze the back inner knee. Keep lifting the back inner arch, the back inner ankle, and pushing down into the wall where the wall and the floor meet. And now with an exhale, push the front buttock bone forward and turn and twist the sternum to the sky. And then inhaling up. And releasing. Left hand side. Outside edge of the right foot against the wall. Left leg forward. Grip the legs. Push the outside edge of the foot into the wall, lifting the inner arch of the foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, reaching. Keep pushing into the outside edge of that back foot. Continually, as you come down. Feel it there, pressing the wall, pressing back. And finding Utthita Trikonasana. Squeeze the back inner knee. Lift the inner arch of the back foot. Push the outside edge of that foot down into the wall where it meets the floor. And now with the exhale, nudge the front buttock bone forward and turn and twist the trunk so the sternum is going up towards the sky. And then inhaling up. And exhale, releasing. Okay, coming to stand with the right side of the body against the wall. Lifting the hand up so it's not high, it's diagonally down. Stepping even closer and moving the hand back as needed so you can feel the front of the shoulder opening. Left arm comes around, making a fist with the hand between the buttocks. And now turn away from the wall. Keep the heel of the hand firm on the wall. Keep trying to roll the front of that shoulder back, turning the head away from the shoulder. Shoulder blades moving down the back. Sternum plate lifting. And then releasing and changing sides. Standing with the left side of the body. Actually, here we can do it. Hand right out. Walking away from the wall. Turning round. The other hand behind, pressing the tailbone forward. Turning as much as you can. Keep rolling the front of that left shoulder open. Shoulder blades going down the back. And shoulder blades pressing forward. The chest is lifting. Head turning away. And releasing. Beautiful. Virabhadrasana 2. Left foot against the wall. Right leg forward. Taking a really nice wide stance. You can really lunge this front leg. Femurs coming into the hips. Inhale, lift the arms, open the chest. Exhale. Come right down. Imagine that this is a tabletop that you can put a plate on. Press into your heel. Femur bone coming into the hip sockets. The fingertips should be touching the wall. And press into those fingertips to turn the trunk to the wall. Turn the head with it. So you're looking at the wall. But don't let that front knee turn in. Keep rolling it open. Squeeze the back inner knee. Keep pushing the outside edge of that back foot against the wall. Lifting the inner arch, lifting the inner ankle, pushing. And now keeping all of that, just turn the neck and head to the front. And then inhaling up. And releasing. Changing sides. So getting that distance so you can really get that table effect to the front thigh as much as possible. Lifting the inner arch, the inner ankle, push into the outside edge of the foot. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale. Check that you're as flat as you can be. Press down into the heel. Femur bone coming into the hip socket. Back fingertips touching the wall. Press into them to turn the trunk more and more towards the wall. But don't let this inner knee come in. Squeeze the back inner knee tightly. And lift the inner arch of the back foot. Push into the outside edge of the foot. And now just turn the neck and head to the front. And then inhaling up. And exhale, releasing. Coming to sit on the floor in Sukhasana, crossed ankles. And moving so that your arms distance away from the wall. And now we're going to turn and twist to the right. So the left hand is going to hold the outside edge of this right thigh. And we're bringing the arm back. Not too high. A little bit diagonalized down. Rolling the front of that shoulder back. This hand pressing to help us twist so that we can slowly walk this hand back. Each exhale twisting. And releasing. Changing sides. to the left. So the right hand is pressing Baddha style against the left leg, and the left arm coming round, finding the wall. Make sure that both hands, both arms are doing their work, and that you're accentuating the twistingness on the exhalation. Keep the sternum plate lifted. Keep trying to walk that left hand back. And undoing. Okay, back up. Parshvakonasana, bringing that twistingness into our Parshvakonasana. Outside edge of the left foot against the wall, right leg forward. Nice wide stance. We want to have that tabletop on the front thigh that we had in Virabhadrasana 2. Push into the outside edge of the back foot. Lift the arms. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Fingertips to the floor on the inside edge so that we can use the arm to keep the inner knee moving back. Place the hand on the hip. Move the elbow back, roll the shoulder back. Keep pushing into the outside edge of that back foot, squeezing the back inner knee. Now for the next 3 exhales, with each exhale, we're going to twist using the bottom arm to help us twist as it pushes against the leg, and using the top hand to pull the hip back, the elbow back, the shoulder back. Here we go. One more. And then stretching the arm back up to the sky. Coming through Virabhadrasana 2. And back up. And releasing. Bring that to the left hand side. If you were feeling sludgy, hopefully you're feeling brightness now. Openings, strength, lengthenings. So finding that nice wide distance. Pushing into the outside edge of the back foot. Femur bones coming into the hip sockets. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale. Exhale. Taking a block if needed, of course. Lift the inner arch of the back foot, push into the outside edge of the foot. Squeeze the back inner knee. Hold the back hip. Working with the exhale to twist and turn up to the sky. The bottom arm is pressing against the leg. The top arm is doing its work of rolling back. Here we go. And now lift the arm back up. Push into the outside edge of the back foot. Coming through Virabhadrasana 2. And back up. And releasing. Coming back to the mat. Vajrasana. A little bit closer than arm's distance away from the wall. Bending the arms, elbows in, so that the outer arm here is rolling underneath and up, and the inner arm is rolling up. With that action, lengthen the arms to Urdhva. Exhale, turn and twist to the right. Baddha Vajrasana with this hand, and here we lift the arm up and over. Getting in a little bit deeper here. Keep pressing into the heel of the hand. Each exhale helping us to twist. Each hand, each arm helping us to twist. Lift the chest, press the back ribs in. And releasing to change sides. So starting from Urdhva Hastasana, bending the elbows first, outer arms rolling down and up, inner arms rolling to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. And exhaling to Baddha Vajrasana in Vajrasana using the wall. Pressing that right hand into the thigh, turning, twisting. Walking that left hand back so the elbow is straight and pressing into the heel of the hand, continuing that twisting action. Avoid pushing the head forward, jutting the jaw. Let the front face recede back. And soften the abdomen so it turns and twists willingly. Shoulder blades going down the back. And exhaling. And releasing. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, heels against the wall. Spreading the fingers even more widely than the last time you did it. And with an exhalation, push both of your heels back into the wall, lifting the toes up. Relax the neck and head completely. Now bring the feet together. Lift the right foot up and extend that right leg up to the sky, finding the wall, making sure the leg is turning in so the knee is facing down, squeezing the back inner knee, extending. Keep stretching the arms. And then releasing back to Ardha Mukha Svanasana with the feet together. Push those heels back. And now lifting the left leg up. Straightening, extending, finding the wall with the balls of the feet. Making sure that left thigh is rolling in, squeezing the inner knee. Femurs coming into the hip sockets. And releasing. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, last imprint. Press the heels back, push the front thighs back. Stretch the arms. Release the face, the neck. And now stepping the right leg forward to a nice wide lunge. Hands on the inside. Bending the back knee, coming onto the top of the back foot. Press the hips down. Feel that opening. Regularize the breath. And now bend the back leg and reach with your right hand for the foot, drawing that foot towards us. Keep pressing the left buttock down. With each inhale, lift the cellular chest to the sky. And with each exhale, press the left buttock down. And then releasing, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, heels against the wall. Left leg forward. Bending that back knee, coming onto the top of the foot, and pressing the buttocks down. Greeting that opening, settling into it. And now bending the back leg as we turn to the left and reach with the left hand for the foot. Drawing the foot closer. With each inhale, keep lifting the cellular chest to the sky. And with each exhale, keep pressing that right buttock down. Releasing. Back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, heels against the wall. Stretch the arms and stretch the legs. And now bring the feet together. Lift the right leg up. Charge the legs, squeeze both inner knees. And begin to walk the hands closer. And to move the right foot up higher. Get as close as you can. Keep the back thigh, the lifted leg rolling in. Squeeze the inner knees, femurs coming into the hip sockets. And then releasing. Bending the knees and coming to child's pose. Bring the hands behind the back, interlock the fingers together, stretch the arms straight. Roll those front shoulders back, lifting the hands to the sky. Relax the jaw, the tongue. And now bring the arms halfway down, change the interlock of the fingers. And lift the arms back up. Lengthen the collarbones, stretch the arms, lift the hands higher to the sky. Keep relaxing the lips, the tongue, the jaw. And then lowering the arms, stretching them forward. Adho Mukha Svanasana, feet together for the other side. Lifting the left leg up. Finding the wall, squeezing the inner knees, making sure the thigh is rolling in. Walking the hands closer and walking that foot up the wall as we get closer. Keep squeezing the inner knees tightly and moving the front thigh muscles to the thigh bone. The femurs coming into the hip sockets. And then exhale. And releasing. And coming down. Okay, taking a little blanket for our seats for the next pose. And just folding it so that it's long ways like this and a little bit thicker. Like that. Legs straight out in front. Pulling the sit bones apart and finding Dandasana. Elbows back. Cellular chest lifting. Face quiet. Heels firm. Urdhva. Elbows in. Lifting. Press the front thighs down. Exhale, Baddha to the right. Hand pressing. This arm coming over and finding the wall. Heel of the hand firm. In fact, lift the fingertips up. Each exhale, twisting. As you twist, keep noticing the sit bones, keeping both the right and left sit bone pressing down evenly into the blankets, and the femur bones coming into the hip sockets. Undoing, neutral zone, Urdhva. Baddha to the left. Press with both hands. Each exhale helping us to turn more and more. Front thighs still pressing down, both sit bones even. Roll the front of that left shoulder back continually. Shoulder blades moving down the back. Releasing. Moving our blankets. And coming now to Utkatasana, starting from Utkatasana 2. So kind of a crouching pose. Actually, if your heels don't press the ground, you might want to have that blanket back and put it underneath the heels. So from crouching pose, lifting the arms up. Press down into the heels, femur bones into the hip sockets. Now pressing, the femurs moving back, finding Utkatasana 1. Squeeze the inner knees against each other, stretch the arms. And back to Utkatasana 2, femurs coming into the hip sockets, pressing the heels down. And back to crouching pose. And back out. Taking 2 blocks now for Ushtrasana. So the blocks will be by our feet, hands on the hips, elbows back, outer arms back. Lift the cellular chest to the sky, press the middle buttocks forward. Elbows back more, outer arms back more. Lift the cellular chest up, push the middle buttocks forward. Preparing to bring our hands down at the same time to find the blocks. Inhale. Exhale, stretch the arms, reaching back, finding the blocks. Press the middle buttocks forward again. With each exhale, press the middle buttocks forward. Feel the front thighs move forward. Now roll the front shoulders back. Find your shoulder blades and press them up to the sky. And then release the head back. And coming back up. And Vajrasana. Stabilize the lumbar. Lift the belly button towards the lumbar. Connect them inside. Bring that firmness there. Arms in front, interlock the fingers together. Turn the palms out. Parvatasana in Vajrasana. Straighten the elbows and push up through the heels of the hands. Lift the armpits up. Lift the kidneys up. Press the front thighs down. And then exhaling down. And releasing. Our second Ustrasana. So you could try lowering the blade or coming all the way down, your choice. And let's see what happens here. Making sure the feet are parallel, the shins are parallel, hands on the hips, the thumbs can help the buttocks move forward, the outer arms moving back, the elbows moving back, the shoulder blades going down the back and pressing forward to ignite the cellular chest. Preparing to come down with our hands simultaneously to the blocks. So inhale, exhale, stretch the arms and bring the hands to the blocks. Again, push the middle buttock forward. Push the front thighs forward. Press into the tops of your feet, the tops of all 10 toes. Now lengthen the collarbones and move the outer arms back. Feel the front shoulders rolling back. And find your shoulder blades. Press them down and up and release the head back. Examining all these actions as we breathe. And back up. And back to Vajrasana. Firm the lumbar, move the sacrum down. With a hand on the belly, lift in and up. Visualize them inside, connecting together. And then bring the arms in front. Change the interlock from last time. Turn the palms out, thumbs touching. Parvatasana in Vajrasana. Stretch the arms, but keep the head of the arm bone connected into the shoulder socket. Move the shoulder blades down, but lift the armpits. Press the front thighs down, relift. And exhale, releasing, coming down. Vajrasana. Okay, moving one block. We just need one block for the next pose. And taking a strap. What I'm going to show you first, we're going to do Supta Padangusthasana, specifically lateral Supta Padangusthasana, and the block is going to be out on the outside edge of the hip. So you won't be able to see when I turn around. So we'll be lying down, the leg will be coming up, our strap will be holding the foot, the hand on the strap, and then we'll be bringing the leg to the right, and this block is keeping the outer hip coming in and keeping that stability between both hips. So turning so that we can have our feet against the wall. Supta Tadasana. The block on the outside edge of that right hip, nice and close, tucking in. Little loop in the strap. Bending the right leg, putting that loop on the foot. And tugging that block back in. So right hand holds the strap. Charge both legs, press the left heel down and press the sole of the foot into the wall. See how it helps to keep connection with that left leg. And now bringing the leg towards us and to the right, towards us and to the right. And as we feel the block, try to suck the area that the block is touching upwards to help the block. Left leg still firm. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Grip the muscles around the leg bones, femurs coming into the hip sockets. And then bring the leg back up. Changing hands, Parivrita Supta Padangusthasana. Refirm the left leg, press the foot against the wall, squeeze both of the knees. And finding Parivrita. The exhale leading us into a twist to the right, away from that right leg. Front thighs moving to the thigh bones, femurs coming into the hips, even here. And then bring the leg back up. And taking the strap off. Just Supta Tadasana for a microsecond to check that you're right in the middle of the mat. The block is coming to the outer left hip now. And then let's put the strap on the left foot. And find lateral Supta Padangusthasana. Keep that right heel firm, the right thigh rolling in as we bring the left leg towards us and out to the left. Feeling how that block is beautifully holding the stability of the hip. And where we feel the block, suck the flesh, the muscle, all of that sensation up towards the thigh bone, towards the outside edge of the thigh bone. So going with the action of integration. Femurs coming into the hip sockets. Keep the foot against the wall, alive, the heel pressing down. And And then bringing the leg back up and ready for parivrita, so changing hands. Refirm the right leg, roll the right thigh in, press the heel down, and coming to our parivrita. Each twist helping us to turn the abdomen, the trunk, away from that left leg. Rewrap the muscles around the leg bones, femurs coming into the hips. Press the front thighs to the thigh bones. And then bringing the leg back up. And taking that off. Okay, now it's time for a light Shirshasana. And if you're not doing Shirshasana, you can repeat what we just did. Lateral with the block, parivrita on both sides. Otherwise, rolling over and taking a blanket. And let's come and find Shirshasana. Okay, hands on the shoulders, outer arms coming under and in, so the elbows coming close, scooping, not going out like that. And then pressing those elbow tips down, not letting them go out, scooping with the outer arm. And then laying the forearms on the mat, interlocking the fingers and pressing the thumbs together. As you come down and place the crown of the head on the floor, then just move the skull back so that the hands can hold the back of the skull. And keep the outer arms scooping underneath and coming in towards each other. And the shoulders broad. Now turning the toes under, straightening the legs. Check on the scooping of the outer arms. Lift the trapezius muscles up. And now lift the left leg up, finding the wall. We're getting close to it until we can lift the right leg up and find Shirshasana. Lining the feet up, spreading the toes, the heels firmly pressing against the wall. And with the heels firmly pressing against the wall, you can move the buttocks and the sacrum towards the heels. Femur bones coming into the hip sockets. Now relax the face completely. And press down into the forearms, from the elbows to the wrists, pressing down equally. The outer arms scooping in. The right shoulder moving to the right, the left shoulder moving to the left. And the shoulder blades going down the back. Feel that state of compactness in the arms. And try to keep engaging those actions. So there's more pressure in the arms and less in the head. Now keeping the left heel firmly pressing against the wall, we're going to slowly lower the right leg halfway down to Ekapada Shirshasana. Keep the forearms firm. Keep the shoulders lifted. Keep the femurs coming into the hip sockets. And as you lower the leg, make sure the knees are straight, that you're pushing through the balls of the feet, spreading the toes, expressing your engagement, your connection everywhere. Both front thighs are moving towards the thigh bones, Repress the forearms down, lift the shoulders up. Femurs into the hips. And then bringing the right leg back up, Shirshasana. Keeping the right heel firm. Slowly lowering the left leg. Checking that the knees aren't bending, that the muscles are still wrapping around the bones, the front thighs moving towards their respective thigh bones. That we're pushing out through the balls of the feet, spreading the toes. That everything is alive. Keep pressing the forearms down, lifting the shoulders up. Shoulder blades moving down the back and forward. The face is soft. And then bringing the leg back up with control, with awareness. Keep pressing the forearms down, lifting the shoulders up. We're almost done. Finding Shirshasana, lining the inner feet up. Re-press down into the forearms, lift the shoulders up, the trapezius muscles up. Press the heels so the buttocks, the sacrum are moving towards the heels. And now lowering the left leg all the way down. And then lowering the right leg. And coming to rest in Yoga Mudrasana, Vajrasana. Soft, smooth inhalations and exhalations. Shoulder blades going down the back. Face soft, the root of the tongue soft. And then coming back up. And it's now time for Sarvangasana. We're going to use the wall in Sarvangasana as well. So go ahead and take what you need, some blankets, a strap maybe, and let's meet back on the wall and set up. So I've got 3 blankets, and you want to position them so that the neat edge of the blankets is facing the wall, because that's the side that your neck is going to be on. And you want to be legs distance away from the wall. Well, actually a little bit closer, so you might have to test it out. I'm going to move back a tiny bit, and then to test it out, you're just going to lie back down. Keep the shoulders on the blanket so they don't go off the edge. And see if you can easily find the wall. And if you can't, you're just rolling back out and adjusting as needed. Then, our strap. We want the loop to be so that when the arms come through, they're parallel. No splaying of the elbows. That's what the strap is helping us to do, to get that action behind the back. Okay, when all of that is in place, let's go ahead and come into our halasana with feet against the wall, and from there we'll find Sarvangasana. Three fingers away from the edge. Make sure that the strap is handy. And lifting up. Finding the wall. Holding our hips with our hands. And rolling each shoulder back so that the elbows can start to come closer towards each other. And now taking the strap And putting it over our arms above the elbows, interlocking the fingers and straightening the arms, and rolling each shoulder back for maximum opening. Then we can release the hands and place our hands on the back. Pressing the front thighs up, rolling the shoulders back, the elbows energetically coming towards each other. The femur bones coming into the hip sockets. Keep pressing into both of your feet. Keep rolling the thighs in towards each other. The inner groins are moving up to the sky. Relax the face, relax the jaw, relax the front throat, and allow the chin to come towards the throat. Don't restrict by pressing into the back of the skull. Be in the shoulders and the upper arms. The upper arms pressing down and the back ribs pressing in and up to the sky. Keep ironing the front thighs towards the thigh bones. They love to forget and start to hang away from the bone, pressing them up. And with the hands on the back, keep pressing the back ribs in and up. Now keeping the right foot where it is, firmly pressing against the wall, slowly lifting the left leg, finding Ekapada Sarvangasana. As you lift, check that the thigh is rolling in, that the inner knee is firm, that the femurs are coming into the hip sockets. The arms pressing down in order to press the back ribs in and up. And now with mindful movement, lowering the left leg and back to Halasana. Press the feet, push the front thighs to the thigh bones, the inner groins to the sky, shoulders rolling back, arms pressing down for lift. And now let's lift the right leg up, keeping that right thigh rolled in, the inner knee tightly gripped, finding Ekapada Sarvangasana on the other side. See if you can move the hands down the back so they're really supporting the pose from the base as much as possible. Femurs coming into the hip sockets. Front thighs ironing to the thigh bones. And then slowly, without collapsing, still watching all those movements, lowering the right leg and finding Halasana. And now we're going to bend the knees, bring the feet off the wall, the heels to the buttocks, And then we're going to, keeping the knees bent, move the kneecaps towards the sky. A Virasana action. And then we're going to straighten the legs and find Savangasana. Lining the feet up. Pulling the outer skirting of the feet back down towards you as you push up through the inner foot. The thighs slightly rolling in, the inner groins moving back, and the femurs coming into the hip sockets. See if you can get the hands higher up the back. Press the arms down and press the back ribs in and up. Charge the legs. And now bending the knees back to Virasana. And then bringing the knees towards our forehead. Straightening the legs, feet, finding the wall again. Just to bring the straps off the arms. And gently rolling back out. And immediately moving back. And just resting here, the inner knees resting against each other, the shoulders on the floor. A gentle Situ Bandha Sarvangasana. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. And rolling over, pushing ourselves up. Almost there, we've got one more pose and then Shavasana. Just moving the blankets to the side. The strap to the side. We need one block for a Jatara Parivartanasana. So I'm going to do it facing this way so you can really see what the block is doing. But you want to lie down on your mat and then place the block on the right hand side, right here, and then extending the arms, bending the knees, checking that that block is really in close. Inhale and exhale, coming to the right and really being on the block. So you can see that I'm no longer on the mat, my hips are not on the mat. The block is lifting that outer hip up. The knees coming over. Now the hands are on the long edge of the mat here. And we're holding that with our hands and pulling the hands away from each other. Pulling the mat with them and turning to the left. Make sure the femur bones are still coming into the hip sockets. Especially that bottom one, the right one. And use the exhale to get more and more depth in this final supine twist of ours. And then unrolling. And feet to the floor. Okay, changing sides. So the block is now coming to the left. Bringing the feet off the floor. Inhale. And exhale, roll onto the block. And if it's not feeling comfortable, get it in a little closer. And when you roll, you'll be right in the good spot. Bring those knees over. Holding with our hands the mat. And we're stretching the mat. Turning and twisting to the right. With each exhalation. Make sure the femur bones are still coming into the hip sockets. Using the hands to help you to turn, to twist more. See if you can feel the back body, the back ribs also turning and twisting. And then rolling back out. And releasing. And it is now time for Shavasana, a well-deserved Shavasana. So taking anything that you might like to use to make it better suited for you, perhaps a bolster under the knees, if you tend to have strain in the lower back, etc. Things on the eyes, blocks on the hands, if you tend to have twitchy fingers and hands, and maybe a blanket for the neck and head. And let's come into Shavasana. The first thing we always need to do is to feel ourselves from the back body in Shavasana and feel whether we're really in the middle of the mat. I like to line my feet up with both edges of the mat so that I can feel the legs extending from the belly button, the center of our limbs. Making sure that the buttocks, the sacrum, are moving towards the heels. Then rolling each front shoulder back and tucking the shoulder blade up simultaneously. Softening the throat, softening the face, the hips heavy, the thighs relaxed, and the abdomen melting towards the lower back, all of the organs inside the abdominal cavity also just resting profoundly, melting towards the ground. Soft, smooth inhalation, and with the exhale gently closing the eyelids over the eyeballs, releasing the corners of the lips, the root of the tongue, and settling into Shavasana. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the universe know love. May the universe know peace. And may we help all those that we come into contact with to feel the same. Om, peace, peace, peace. And when you feel ready, gently rolling over to the right hand side. Hands then coming back up. Welcome back. Our practice is complete. And I hope that you feel better in all ways, that it was worth showing up for yourselves, worth practicing together here. Just keeping that going. Let me know how it went for you. Hope we practice again together soon. Namaste. Take care.